Oh, yeah. Let's go. Philadelphia Phillies take down the Houston Astros in Game 3 back at the bank. 7-0. We're not talking football. We're talking baseball, baby. Everybody dominant. Phillies tying a World Series record for most home runs in a game. Man, it was just a beat down at the bank. It was a beat down at the bank. A huge pivotal game in this series, and the Phillies do not disappoint. Let's go, man. I feel so good after this one. Way to rebound after a tough Game 2. Welcome on into Philly Take with RB. This is a special edition of Phillies Postgame Live. We will hear from the Philly fans later on. Call into the show, 508-924-3784. All that matters is that the Phillies get the dub, and they're up 2-1. What a dominant performance all around. A+ by this team. But we will get into depth, and we will talk about how this one went down. Hit that like button for your boy, man. Subscribe to the show. Hit the bell. Don't miss any of the content. Once again, special edition of Phillies Post Game Live. How are we feeling, Philly Nation? How are we feeling? Because it's very interesting to me, you know, how everything has played out historically the same way this postseason. You look at a Game 3 where the Phillies have won every Game 1 this postseason. They've lost every Game 2, except for the Cardinals. I'm talking about against the Braves and the Padres. And what happens every single time the Phillies come back home for the first game of the series at Citizens Bank Park? What happens every time the Philadelphia Phillies return home for Game 3? They usually go out and they score early in the first couple innings. They usually have a big, monstrous inning. They rattle the pitcher a little bit. They usually get him going. The people in the stands, shout out to the Philadelphia fans tonight. Once again, they just keep going bigger and better. They were massive tonight. Then the Phillies kind of chill for a little bit, right? They take their foot off for a couple innings, and then boom, they just let it keep pouring on. And that is what has happened in the Braves series, the Padres series, and now the World Series. Phillies come home for Game 3, and it starts right away in the first inning. Bryce Harper, that guy is unbelievable. Bryce Harper, you are worth every damn penny that this organization pays him. And I love how he always shouts out the fans. He loves the energy. It was insane. It was insane at Citizens Bank Park. Bryce Harper gets it started underway with a big 2-run shot off of Lance McCullers. Lance McCullers had faced 242 batters this season, gave up no home runs. Well, guess what? Now he's given up the most in a World Series game all time with 5. That is right. You heard that correctly, ladies and gentlemen. 5 home runs for the Philadelphia Phillies. I'm talking Bryce Harper. I'm talking Alec Bohm. I'm talking Kyle Schwarber. We got a Schwarber bomb in the World Series. I'm talking Rhys Hoskins. Oh my gosh, man. And I'm talking Brandon Marsh. How about him getting out of the slump? This was huge, man. This was huge. The one thing that strikes me about this team is that everybody continues to produce. Everybody continues to contribute. And that has been the story with this team. It's not one guy. It's not 2 guys. It's not one pitcher. It's every single person up and down a roster. It's every single person up and down a roster. And this team, they just continue to show up and show out. Now, there's a lot of talk going on. We'll discuss it more about, was Lance McCullers tipping his pitches? Fact of the matter is, I don't care. I really don't care, all right? There was a lot of talk going on after Game 2. I apologize for not doing that game. I was at Xfinity Live. I was enjoying myself even though we lost. But, you know, there was a lot going on with Valdez, right? Rubbing his pants and, you know, grabbing his other wrist and all that stuff going on. Fact of the matter is, Phillies, man, they're out here hitting bombs, right? Bryce Harper with a little moment with Alec Bohm. This game was just utter domination. And how huge is it that Ranger Suarez is able to give you 5 innings and you do not have to dip in to Jose Alvarado or Sir Anthony Dominguez? You do not have to go to your top 2 guns out of the pen. You let some of these guys eat up innings. I mean, we're seeing Nick Nelson in World Series games. We're seeing Kyle Gibson. And the Phillies are 1 win closer to a World Series title. 2-1 they lead it. Once again, Phillies Postgame Live. We're doing a special edition. Hit the like button. We did it in Game 1. You guys killed it. We'll get to the phones very soon. Once again, calling to the show. $2 donation from Asia Roberson. Thank you very much. As RB, I was working there. We're going home now. Must have been an insane atmosphere, Asia. Must have been an insane atmosphere. Because, man, I mean, that place, everybody was on their feet from the first pitch to the last pitch. And that just goes to show how Philadelphia Philly fans are the best in the world. The city's buzzing right now. I get it. Everybody's on fire. But, man, these fans are passionate as hell. They pay their hard-earned dollar, and they show up at the stadium, and they don't live it down, man. And what did I tell you guys in Game 1? What did I tell you in Game 1, Houston? You're not ready to come to the bank. You're not ready to come and face these fans. You're out there. Everybody's giving golf claps in Houston. Everybody, oh, what a great job, Alex Bregman. The Breggy Bomb is what they called it. The Breggy Bomb. Oh, Jose Altuve, you're so cute, you little 5'8" man. Little 5'8" man. Oh, you guys are so cool. You guys have been here for 3 years in the last 4, 4 in the last 6. Oh, you guys are great. You guys are great. We'll sit down the entire game. They were not ready for what started raining on them at the bank. You get out there in the first inning, and Lance McCullers, who throws sliders 50% of the time, hangs one over the plate. Literally, I'm watching his game, and right before Harper hits it, I say to my father, I say, yo, McCullers is going to hang one over the plate. And what does he do on the first pitch? Boom! A no look. I mean, I knew that was going off the bat. You don't do that to Bryce frickin' Harper. You don't do that to Bryce Harper. And Bryce makes him pay again. Bryce Harper's been phenomenal. 6 home runs in the postseason, batting 400 plus. I mean, it's just unreal. It is unreal. It is unreal. And like I said, the Phillies just rained it on all night long. Ranger Suarez was absolutely phenomenal, just wheeling and dealing through the lineup. Like I said, you brought in these other guys as well. And at the end of the day, you ate up some innings, and you got the job done. The Philadelphia Phillies got the job done. What an exciting game, and what a it was just nice to have a dominating performance and just be able to relax for a little bit. Everybody is contributing. You got Nick Castellanos on the first play of the game, makes a sliding catch. The same sliding catch he has made 2 other times, 3 in total now. You got Castellanos making a sliding catch. All right, you got Bryson Stott with a nice play right after that at short. And everybody all night, the Astros couldn't do anything, man. How many hits did they have this game? I don't even know how many hits they had. 5 hits. You came out tonight after the game gets pushed back from yesterday, which, by the way, might even be the reason we could win this series, and you're able to push back the starts. You have Suarez go today, and he gives you 5 strong. He was in command. Yes, he got in a couple jams, but who would you rather have in life dealing with a jam than Ranger frickin' Suarez? This guy gets out of any jam. He gets out of anything, and he was phenomenal. The curveball was dealing, man, and he was just locating the pitches, and, I mean, it was too good. It was too good. How about Kyle Tucker for the Astros? You still think you're going to win it in 4? You still think that? I don't think so. I don't think so. Man, I mean, this was an exciting game. Astros couldn't get anything going. Now the Phillies take a 2-1 lead. They have 2 more games here in Philadelphia. I said this last series. I said this during the Game 1 postgame show. I don't know if the Phillies are going to lose at home. I don't want to jinx it. And I said this on the postgame as well last time. You know, I'm not a guy that likes to jinx things. I'm a little bit superstitious at times. But damn it, this Phillies team, it just feels like they have it. And every series has gone the same way. They lose in game 2, then they come back to the bank and they dominate. They dominate. So I'm happy with how this one played out. Shout out as well to the 4 guys throwing the first pitches. I mean, everything was great. The stadium was buzzing. I'm watching all these videos. I'm watching rally towel after rally towel. Mike Schmidt Dr. J, Brandon Graham, and Bernie Parent, 4 Philly icons, throw out the first pitches to Cole Hamels, Jason Worth, Victorino, and Howard. You knew it was going to be a great night. They're showing all these people in the stadium. You got Chase Utley there. You got Ben Revere. You got Brad Lidge. You got Tim McGraw. You got Kate Upton. You got Rob McElhenney. You got all these people in the stadium. You got Carly Lloyd. I mean, there's so many. There's so many around the park. Obviously, Miles Teller. You had everybody in attendance for this game. Philadelphia is buzzing, baby. And what a night. What a night. I saw Charlie out there as well. I love it. I love it. Now, I don't want to get copyrighted. They were trying to flag me for the last show. But look at this, man. Look at this sea of red. It is Red October. They are not ready for it. They are not ready for it. Telling you guys, man, they're not ready for this. Look at this. This is not Houston. Houston, we have a problem. Or they have a problem, not us. So like I said earlier, the Phillies tie the World Series record for most home runs in a game. By the way, they do it in 5 innings. Bryce Harper with the home run. Boom. Finally gets going. Brandon Marsh, Kyle Schwarber, Rhys Hoskins, and then, 5 home runs in 5 innings. Just unbelievable. And we'll talk more about the Alec Bohm, Bryce Harper thing in a second because, by the way, not that I'm the biggest Joe Buck fan or anything, but my gosh, John Smoltz has been absolutely terrible on the broadcast, okay? I'm not a guy who's going to go out there and try to downplay somebody else. But all game, the Astros are down 7-0. And this guy will not get off the Houston Astros. He did it with the Braves. He did it with the Padres. He's doing it with the Astros. I mean, I give Joe Davis credit. At least he was trying to, give the Phillies some life. He's, the Philly Bombers or whatever he said. But John Smoltz is like, these Astros are tough. They're not going down. These Astros. How about you talk about the damn Phillies? Yeah, he starts talking about the Phillies and he starts talking about how we're tipping pitches. I mean, come on, John. I get it. You played for the Braves, okay? You're a hell of a pitcher, but let it go. Let it go, man. I mean, all game, I had to turn down the volume. I couldn't take it anymore. I could not take it anymore. If you had to face 9 Alec Bregmans, you'd be throwing the pitch count of your life. Shut up. What are you talking about? We're up 7-0. Anyway, I had to rant for a little second there. The Philadelphia Phillies, though, it would have been nice to see them get one more home run to try to break the record for one game, but hey, it doesn't matter. We got the win. That is all that counts. Like I said here, Phillies have tied a World Series record with 5 homers in a game, and 17 home runs in their first 6 home playoff games is a baseball record as well. And the guy that started it all off, Bryce Harper, first player in MLB history to win an MVP and then win the MVP of an NLCS the next year. He might be on pace for the World Series MVP. He has been incredible. I just can't stress it enough. I know I don't cover the Phillies. I cover the Sixers. So shout out to everybody in here, man. Hit that like button. Look, I say this all the time, and if you're not following me on Twitter, go do it right now, RB Philly Take. I am constantly defending Bryce Harper. Like, just the fact of what this guy did. He went against the grain. He could have gone to a big market. No, he signed a contract for 13 years, no opt-outs. He said, I want to build a foundation. He was a competitor here. He felt the passion. He said, I want to be a part of that. And look at what he has built and look at the way he is showing up. The guy never won a postseason series in his career, and he is out here playing the best ball of his life. He has been fantastic. Every time Harper comes up to the plate, I think he's going to hit it out of the park. That's how good he is. The swing is so beautiful. He launches like he's about to send one to the moon, and it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But anyway, Bryce Harper as well. 12 extra base hits, most in a single postseason by a Philly. 21 hits by Harper, most in a single postseason in Phillies history. By the way, folks, we still have a couple games to go. This is how lethal Bryce Harper has been. He's been almost unstoppable. He has been unstoppable. He is a Philly icon, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope he can finish off the job because it would be great to see him do one here. Like I said, I'm not going to get copyrighted and play this video, but he runs it back. This is my house. Bryce Harper is feeling it. He's feeling the passion of the crowd. It has been great. It has been great. Call into the show, 508-924-3784. If you're a Philly fan out there or anybody who wants to chime in on the conversation, we might take a few phone calls. But before we do that, I want to talk about this whole McCullers thing, because all night I'm hearing, is the Phillies cheating now? Now, because we tried to accuse them of Valdez or whatever, we were talking about that. They want to try to hit us back with are the Phillies cheating? Let me tell you something. All right? Let me break it down. Let me simplify it very quickly for you. There is a difference between a hitter noticing a certain tell from a pitcher and a team sending a man out in center field with binoculars and banging trash cans. Those are two completely different things. Those are two completely different things. And we could talk about last game, Valdez. I don't know if he was cheating or not. It was interesting that he kept rubbing his hand on his pants. It is what it is. It's done with. All right, the umps found nothing, fine. But if we compare the trash can incident to this, I mean, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Look at Lance McCullers right here, okay? One of them, he's obviously has a higher leg kick. One of these, he obviously has a higher leg kick. And when Bryce Harper calls Alec Boehm over to the dugout, okay? By the way, look, McCullers entering today had only thrown one fastball to a left-hand hitter all postseason. The Phillies were aware of this. A staffer says, quote, he's throwing 80% off speed. He won't throw his fastball. All right, this is what guys do. They strategize. They strategize, okay? And this is the picture of the night right here. Bryce Harper talking to Alec Boehm. Never let this man talk to your girl. Because what does Alec Boehm do after talking to Bryce Harper? He goes out and hits his first home run of the postseason. Shout out to Alec Boehm. I'm so freaking proud of this kid, man. He has been sensational, especially on the defensive end. He had a couple nice plays tonight. But Alec Boehm talks to Bryce Harper after Harper hits the 2-run homer in the first inning, and Boehm goes up to the plate and he sends one out of the park. Later on in the game, you had back-to-back home runs, Schwarber and Hoskins. The Phillies were just all over McCullers. And yeah, maybe Harper did tell him, okay, look for the leg kick. Maybe he's kicking it a little bit too high. That is not anything comparable to what the Astros tried to do before. That is not cheating. Cheating is when you have guys banging trash cans and guys are up to the plate trying to figure out how, what pitch he's throwing based on the noise of the trash can and sending a guy out there in center field trying to steal signs. That is cheating. The Phillies were not cheating in this game. They were just all over McCullers. And, sometimes pitchers have tells. I mean, it happens. They got to adjust. Unfortunately for them, it was in a World Series game that could turn the series. But give me a break, man. I know the guy didn't let up a home run all season. The Phillies were all over him. The guy threw, probably, honestly, it was like 70% of his pitches were probably sliders tonight. He hung one over the plate. It is what it is. And we made him pay. We made him pay, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. So I'm happy about it. And shout out to this. Most home runs in a single postseason. Harper, number 2 on the list. Hoskins, also number 2 on the list. They have 6 apiece in 14 games. Jason Worth has the most in 2009, 7 in 15 games. Harper, Hoskins right up there behind him. These guys have been incredible. They have been impeccable. The Phillies get an overall dominating win. And you got to just be smiling right now. There's nothing else you could say. What a fantastic game. And also, given the news of Zach Wheeler, which I don't know what's going to happen with him. He's supposed to pitch game 6. But there's something going on with his velocity and, maybe his arm's kind of giving out. This was so big that you did not have to go to your last 2 guys, especially tomorrow because, Syndergaard throwing the ball. You're probably going to have to go to your pen early. So this was just a great win all around. And I thought Thompson did a great job of managing for the future. I thought Thompson did a great job looking forward in this series. But those are my thoughts. Once again, call into the show. We'll go to the phone lines. We'll take a few calls, and we'll get the pulse of Philly Nation. We will start off in the 267 on wireless caller. 267. Who do we have on the line?
My name's Brian.
Brian, what's going on? How you feeling, man?
What's up? I used to be Major League Baseball. Agent. I can tell you how these players do and how the callers were in his pitches. They just didn't find out from the scouts and then the coaches. they'll study the tapes, and then they'll bring the players in. They have 25 guys on that bench. They're staring at that kid looking for any little edge they can get.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's not even close to banging trash cans.
No, but everybody cheats. I mean, I hate to tell you, everybody cheats. Like, I think with the pitcher the other night, I think he was doing it on purpose. I don't think he had anything on him. I think he was doing it on purpose to get in their head.
I could see that.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, I could see that. He's done things like that before as well, as I'm aware. But, yeah, I mean, guys have tells.
I mean, full bench yelling at a pitcher and he's changing his hats and he's rubbing his thumb. Like, it was so obvious. Like, if he wasn't using something, then you know what, he was messing with them.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing, I mean, the Phillies every game 3 have come back home and they've just, hit the heck out of the ball. So, I mean, he shouldn't have hung the balls over the plate. I mean, we got on him early. That's all that matters.
Well, I think the Phillies were prepared tonight, too, because if you look at the last pitcher, in the season, I think he was like 25% curveballs. He was roughly 40% with the Phillies. So the Phillies are fastball hitting team. So I think the Phillies got to sit back tomorrow night. This kid's a power pitcher. He's going to come at them.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
I mean, it's a if the Phillies can take tomorrow night, I'm feeling really, really good about this series.
Well, you know what nobody's talking about? The number one important thing in all of Major League Baseball. Number one, it's called control. This team is locked up. They got these guys for the next 3 or 4 years. They got Schwarber, the kid in right field. They got Harper, and the second baseman has a year left. Wheeler will have another year. But they're going to be able to track some big money. They're going to be able to get some big players, and they got to bring guys up in the system, just like they did with the kids third and the kids short. That's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's important to have, especially getting your young guys experience like this. It's invaluable, man. And I mean, all of them are just playing completely above their head as well. It's a great thing to see, man.
Right, but it's control. You got these kids for the next 7 years.
Yeah. No, it's huge, man.
They're free agent after 6 years.
Yeah, Dombrowski deserves a round of applause, man. Dombrowski's been great, man. He's been great.
Yeah, they got to listen. They're going to bring up guys in the minor leagues, and they're going to acquire free agents, and they'll probably make some big deals. They're going to be, if they're healthy, they're going to be in the thick of it for the next couple of years. Yeah,
I'm excited, man. Brian, appreciate the call. He's exactly right. This Phillies team is they're on it. They're on it. A lot of people talked bad about Dave Dombrowski. He cut off some of the dead weight. He brought in some of these other guys, and I mean, 1-2 seasons, I guess. He was able to finally go out, spend some money, bring in these guys. I know it hasn't been perfect. I know there's a lot of gripe, especially about a guy like Castellanos, right? But, we might not even be here without Nick Castellanos. It's crazy to say what he did in that Braves series. And this goes back to my point. Everybody has contributed in a different way. Schwarber hasn't had the hottest postseason. He had a big home run tonight. But what did Schwarber do? When Bryce Harper was out for a couple months, he stepped it up and had a historic month. That is what this team has been about. It has been about guys contributing in different ways and everybody coming together on the same goal. And, these guys are getting a lot of experience. Guys like Bryson Stott, I mean, even some of the younger guys, it's been sensational. So I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. Sean in the chat says, hanging over the plate. Exactly. They were hanging a lot of balls tonight. A lot of them, man. Thought it was interesting how we were approaching this game. I thought it was interesting how the Astros approached as well because, Jose Altuve came right out of the gate. He was swinging for the fence. You had Pena come right out. I think, 2 outs on 2 pitches? That was huge, man. The Astros were trying to replicate what they did last game. They were trying to come out and immediately, go deep or get an extra base hit. And if it wasn't for Nick Castellanos coming in and making a sliding catch, I mean, this game could have started completely different. If Jose Altuve gets a double in the first pitch, say it goes by Castellanos, right? Maybe he gets a triple. We're talking about a completely different ball game, and that is the beauty of this team. They come home and they get a couple big plays going, and the entire crowd just gets them into it. They rally, and man, they're resilient. They're resilient. So I'm loving it. Pat in the chat says, Schwarber's been having great at-bats. It's huge. Harper's a different animal with guys on base. And that's another thing. That's a great point. The Phillies continue to hit with guys on base and with 2 outs as well. That is what good teams do. It's something that the Phillies never did. You know, they always stranded guys on base for the last couple years. It's been a big emphasis point. But the Phillies are coming in clutch in every single way. And we have guys that can hit on this team with 2 strikes. I'm seeing at-bats once again by Bryson Stott, by Schwarber, that goes 6, 7, 8 pitches, 9 pitches. That is important early in the game. It is important to go out there and work guys like that. So I'm loving it, man. I'm loving every little bit of this. I am not taking it for granted. And man, it's hard to put into words sometimes. Like, this team is on a run. They're on a crazy run. And I keep comparing it back to the Eagles in 2017, but there's so many similarities. Just like how the coach in 2017, Doug Peterson, any button he pressed seemed to work. Any button he pressed seemed to work. Any button that Rob Thompson presses seems to work. This team has something, man. They have it. They have it. That game 1 turned out to be so huge, man. And you know why they have it? Because once again, look at this place, man. Like, this place is going nuts. They're going nuts for this team. They're going nuts for this team. It's been sensational. These are the best fans in the world. They're the best fans in the world. It's not even close. So, man, I'm happy. I'm happy. We're right back at it tomorrow. And now instead of, having the day off, we have a game on Thursday. And I know that's going to create complications for, in general, because the Eagles play as well. Let me be honest with you guys, all right? The Eagles are going to blow the brakes off the Texans. I'm not worried about the Eagles. I'm fine with skipping back and forth for one Eagles game in my life. If the Philadelphia Phillies can somehow pull off this game tomorrow, it is so important. And I feel so much better now that we have Sir Anthony on full rest and Jose on full rest as well. If the Phillies can come out here and win this game tomorrow night, then you have one more lining up for Thursday. Guess who's on the bump? Aaron Nola, looking to avenge himself. You come out here on Thursday, you're up 3-1. Let me tell you something. I don't think it's going back to Houston. I think the Phillies fan base, the organization, I just think the pull from everybody will be so large that, it's almost like backing them in the corner, like it's over. Now, again, it's not over until it's over. But if the Phillies can come out, tomorrow's going to be a tough one, okay? I'm telling you right now. I have belief in Noah Syndergaard. Last time when they threw out Bailey Falter, I said, no, you should have gone with Noah Syndergaard. He's been to the big moment. He has pitched in big games. And he looked great in that Braves series. You got to get one time through the order with Noah Syndergaard, and then you let the chips fall where they may. You got to push the right buttons. But if you can get to that 6th or 7th inning and bring Jose in and Sir Anthony, I feel confident. You have to score runs tomorrow. Hopefully they didn't go all out today and they don't score tomorrow. But I just have confidence in this Phillies offense when they are playing at the bank. It's something about the environment. All they have to do is come out here and string together a couple hits early on and just let the momentum ride. And just let the momentum ride. Because if they do that, we're not looking back. We're not looking back. Pat says definitely not worried about the Texans. I agree. We got 2 games here we got to win, man. Brandon says Nola's pitching on Wednesday. Is he? So I guess they moved Nola up then, because I thought the plan was Syndergaard. Maybe they flip-flopped them. If so, that's my mistake. I just know one of the next 2 days is Nola, and one of them is probably going to be Syndergaard. I thought they would give Nola an extra day of rest, but maybe not. Maybe not. Either way, if Nola comes out to pitch tomorrow, then we got to get the win. If it's a bullpen game, you got to get the win. I don't know who he's going to go with, because if I was Rob Thompson, I might actually think about going with the bullpen game tomorrow, because your guys are fresh and you give Nola an extra day of rest to try to come out here on Thursday and clinch it off. What do you guys think, though? Like, what would the order be for you? And the reason I'm saying this is because, again, I don't know for sure. Maybe they're going to ask Rob Thompson after the game, but Zach Wheeler was supposed to be moved up to Game 5. If Zach Wheeler was moved up to Game 5, I would absolutely move Aaron Nola up to tomorrow night Game 4, because then you would have your two top guys trying to finish it out. However, based on the news today, Zach Wheeler is not able to go in Game 5, and who knows about Game 6? They're saying Game 6 right now, but he's having trouble somewhat with his arm, and it seems like he's kind of getting to that point. His velocity is falling, and it seems like he doesn't have much left. So Wheeler is going to stay pitching Game 6 if it gets there, and one of the next two games is going to be a bullpen game. The other one is going to be Aaron Nola. So I don't know who it's going to be for sure, but either way, I personally believe that if the Phillies can win tomorrow night, I would actually probably go with Syndergaard tomorrow night, try to get the win, and have Nola clinch it out on Thursday. That's what I would think. Philly Insider in the chat says, once the prospect of a rainout became realistic, it was huge. Nola can go on normal rest tomorrow. I'd go Wheeler Game 6, but have him ready Game 5 if we can clinch. Hey, I wouldn't mind that either. I don't know who it's going to be for sure tomorrow. They'll probably announce it. We could probably pull it up, but yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm feeling better. Tonight was definitely a pivotal game, and the Phillies did not disappoint. They came out and absolutely blew the brakes off of the Houston Astros, and they got it done. But, you know, this team continues to push the buttons. I'm just very happy for this squad, given the fact of where they were. It's crazy, not even just in baseball or sports, but in life, how quickly things can change. Think about the way we felt about this team a month ago. And now here they are. They're 2 wins away from a World Series championship. I mean, it's hard to put into words, man. Hard to put into words. Let me know if you guys want me to continue doing the Phillies post-game lives. The only reason I'm doing these is because it was requested heavily by the fans. I mean, I'm not anticipating these to go too long. You know, I figure get my little recap analysis, take some phone calls, and then hop on out. The Sixers play tomorrow at 6 p.m. They moved it up because the Phillies game starts at 8. So they're going to try to get everybody into the Wells Fargo, get them out, hopefully around 8. It's going to be a tough time trying to get in there if you're going to the game tomorrow. You know, around like 7:30, it's going to be packed like crazy. So definitely be safe if you're out there. But we will be covering the Sixers game tomorrow at 6 p.m. We'll be live for that. And maybe we'll do a Phillies post-game live tomorrow night, but only if you guys want it, man. It was heavily requested. This is Philly Take with RB, #1 show for Sixers fans, but we're out here talking Phillies, and we're having a good time no matter what. We'll read some final comments, and yeah, man, we'll shut it down after that, I guess, if nobody else wants to chime in. I get it, man. It's a Monday night. People have work. People have things to do. I understand. Let's see. Philly Insider says it's Nola tomorrow and Syndergaard Thursday. All right, so if you're tuning into the show, maybe you're watching this on the second time around. I apologize for getting that wrong. I didn't know which way they were going to go, but I guess they are going Nola tomorrow, which I don't know if I feel good or bad about that. And then Thursday, I guess, is Syndergaard to try to close it out. I don't know. I feel like we could steal one with Syndergaard tomorrow. I feel like we have the momentum, but I get it. You know, try to go up 3-1. Either way, I'm happy. We'll see, man. I wish Wheeler could go on Thursday. I really wish he could clinch it out. But, hey, man, you got to keep him healthy. You got to keep him doing his thing. Let's see. Even if Wheeler doesn't start Game 5, have him ready in relief. Yeah, exactly. Let him come in, pitch an inning or two. I mean, I could see a lot of things happening. I could see Suarez coming back in out of the pen. You never know with Rob Thompson. He just keeps pushing these buttons. He's been nuts. Let's see. Greg, what's going on, man? Thank you for being here. Pat says Thompson will probably manage tomorrow's game like Game 7. I mean, he's got a lot of options now. You're going to get, I mean, honestly, if Nola goes tomorrow, and hopefully he can give you 6 innings, then you got Sir Anthony and Jose for the last 3. I mean, that would be great. That'd be great. Try to finish these boys off. But, see, here's where I get concerned, guys. If we do not win tomorrow and Nola loses, then what? Then it's 2-2 and you have Syndergaard and then maybe Zach Wheeler on a noodle arm. That's where I get concerned. That's where I would honestly think about going Syndergaard tomorrow. But it's an interesting conversation for sure. Absolutely. JB, what's going on, my guy? Absolutely, man. Yeah, we'll be live for the Sixers tomorrow. So for sure, man. Brandon says Houston will not win 3 straight. Pat says keep them coming. Pete, what's going on? Says looks like the Phils are playing well. Yeah, just a little bit, Pete. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. This is why I was trying to say pump the brakes on the Sixers when it's 5-6 games. Sixers are completely different from this. So yeah, just a completely different story there. I see the game tomorrow going to the wire. McCullers has been Houston's worst pitcher of the last month. Told you, man, they bleed. Jesse, what's going on? Suarez was the MVP. Suarez has been fantastic. He's been fantastic in this whole playoff. So shout out to Ranger Suarez. Shout out to Phillies Nation. Phillies get the W. They win this game 7-0, not even close. And the Fightins pull it out, and they're 1 game closer to a World Series champion. But we got to take care of business tomorrow. We have to take care of business. I'll be live for the Sixers tomorrow, maybe the Phillies. Either way, hit the like button. Show support. We need 5 more to get to 100. Hit the like button for the post-game live. And come connect with me on the socials. And as always, man, one more win. One more win for the Phillies tonight. And 2 more to go. And I am loving every second of it. I am loving every second of it. Shout out to everybody for coming through, man. Whether it's Nola tomorrow, I guess it's Nola tomorrow. Man, he's got to come out with his best stuff. He's got to come out with his best stuff. Please, please, Aaron Nola. Avenge yourself, man. Come out here and throw a 1-hitter tomorrow. Aaron Nola, come out here with your best stuff, man. Get us this win. Push it to 3-1. But I'm happy with the win tonight. Crazy week in Philly sports. The madness never stops. You guys have a great night. Go Phillies. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.